Hello and welcome to Crimes and Punishments, a Sherlock Holmes game. So a lot of people suggested for me to play these games since I did play the Agatha Christie ABC Murders. Most of y'all may not know, but I did actually graduate college with a degree in forensic science, so this is something I'm really passionate about. I do like the games like LA Noire, all that kind of stuff, so that's why I'm excited to play this game. I did also get this game for free in the Epic Game Store. I don't think it's no longer free, but it was one of the games that they had free doing their little weekly offers. And so I think, without further ado, I say let's get started. What does that say? Oh, okay, I'll say, is this not in English? In memory of the Ukrainian Heavenly Hundred. I like this music. Those supposed to be neurons. Starring Sherlock Holmes, Dr. John Watson, Inspector G. Lestrade, Mrs. Hudson, Mycroft Holmes, Wiggins, and the BSI. I've never played these games. I don't know if this is one of the first ones, one of the last ones. I really don't know. It was a free game. I want to play it. I appreciate free things, so here we are. Okay, and continue. Oh, there goes the book. What are you doing?
Holmes.
I saw. Oh, take cover. Oh.
Holmes,
Okay.
will you stop that?
Oh, that's aimed right at me. Here, take cover while he's reloading.
You are utterly mad.
Just take him down like a freaking linebacker.
Stop, Holmes.
Is that you, Watson?
What do you
Yes,
think?
of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded.
And how do you know where they are?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Trying to echolocate them? Confident step. Clinking handcuffs. Policeman. Ninth step avoided. Inspector Lestrade.
Lestrade. What is it
Lestrade.
this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
Oh
A
no.
sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Experiments.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
But what about
You're out of your
appreciate them
mind.
and appreciate the art?
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Okay, is Black Peter the
Carey,
sailor?
Born in
Or did he be killed by a
1845
sailor?
and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune.
Okay.
He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Oh my.
Has the investigation already begun?
I'm
Yes
assuming
and
so.
no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
What it sounds like is they
your
started
time
looking and they
and
were
join me
like
there.
getting stuck,
I
so they're
have to
like,
go
let's go
through
get
the yard
Holmes.
first. The Merry Men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should
Okay.
help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
So Watson's gonna leave me
I
alone.
shall go alone then.
And we're going alone. Okay. Press tab to open the casebook. Okay, so... Task. Investigate the murder of Peter Carey. Investigate the crime at Woodman's Lee. Select a suit to wear using your personal wardrobe and join Lestrade at Woodman's Lee. Okay. I'm assuming that's just how we travel. We have evidence. Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in 1845 and so 50 years old. He achieved great success in whale hunting in Scandinavia. Retired in 1884, eventually moving to Woodman's Lee. Dialogues that we already talked about. And we don't really have anything here. Okay. So, escape. Tab, investigate Woodman's Lee. How do I interact with things? Just clicking. Oh! I was not expecting that. You were staring me down. You knew I was looking too. I'm questioning why Holmes has a telescope looking right through that freaking, to that window. Is this our wardrobe? Oh, it's like real fancy. Okay, morning gown. Sailor outfit. Unbuttoned suit. Casual suit. Not that much different from a black suit. Oh, I like the brown suit. Okay, how many suits do we have? Okay, so we don't have that many. I like the brown suit. Brown suit's kind of calling my name. To the makeup table. What is this? Is this if we have to if we need to go undercover? Are we gonna need to go undercover? Well, I don't think we need to do that. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with having them set to default. I was unsure that that existed. Okay. So let's leave. Okay, can I not walk around here? Thank you.
This is where I keep my post.
Let's see.
Oh,
This is Hudson.
what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Oh, we definitely ruined that. Okay. So we have selected a suit. And I'm assuming we just... Yeah. Tab to open Facebook. So we can do that on loading screens. Gives us something to do.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come
Is
on.
that a pumpkin? Is this a pumpkin patch? This kind of reminds me of the freaking Prisoner of Azkaban.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
It does, doesn't it? What does T do? Concentrate your attention to find details that others are inclined to overlook. Okay. Maybe there's gonna be something inside. Because I have a feeling
It
something...
seems that the garden was well maintained.
Something should be highlighted, right? If we do this... Maybe not.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
Well, we gotta kind of look at the
As
crime
soon as
scene.
we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait
Read
for you
his
in front of
books.
the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences,
I think
Mrs.
they actually
Carey.
have like a collector's
Thank
edition
you,
of
Mr.
all of
Holmes.
his books. Anything unusual? Oh, okay. Was there anything unusual that night?
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
So you just assumed he was drunk. What about the evening before the murder?
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Oh wait,
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
so that wasn't too unusual then. When was the body found?
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Did he have visitors at
Was
that
your
time?
husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. We lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Okay. Do y'all have a gardener?
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Are you sure you didn't hire someone in secret? What does this do? Oh. Forward, backward, exit. Okay, we have the cameo. We have the Catholic Rosary. We have the crested tit. We have gardening gloves. We have a birdhouse. Everything will become easier.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
I don't know what the
He was
profile
different, wasn't he,
determined.
when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Yeah, how do you? Choose the evidence that... hold on. Choose the evidence that confronts the statements of a character in order to continue the investigation. Pilgrimage?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
Thank you, madam.
So that's an interesting mechanic. So tab. We now have a... Okay, so now the profile is kind of complete. So it says Judith is from the country, somewhere near the ancient pine woods of Inverness and Strathspey in Scotland, where the crested bird can be found. She is religious and undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage when she was young. Okay. And so evidence, we have garden is well maintained, and now we have Judith is a woman with an uneasy life due to her unhappy marriage with Peter. She's a very religious Christian Catholic woman who undertook the pilgrimage. Okay. How many times did I say she took the pilgrimage? What else is there? Oh, I think it was just trying to tell me that we also have a profile. We have evidence on top of having a profile. Okay, Inspector.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
What about
Mr.
you?
Holmes?
Okay, you got nothing for me.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What
What?
is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you see
Let me
scratch
see.
marks on the lock? Someone take a screwdriver. I don't know. Maybe we don't. I know we do need tea. Can I like zoom in?
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
Did they
I
succeed?
swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well,
Okay, y'all didn't guard the crime
not
scene
the man for
overnight.
the
That's
job.
on you.
This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Okay. I need to look around for some tools. There's footprints.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Is this from our man? They're unidentified footprints. Find a pair of boots that would match, okay. So we have the footprints and we gotta find boots. Well, I guess let's go inside. Where is our friend? There's our friend.
What a terrible way to die.
I mean, could always be worse. Okay, there's boots.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
Okay, size 8 I don't think is a very large boot size for a
Old
man.
navigation instruments.
Because I wear
Nothing
bigger
interesting.
shoes than that as a female. I don't really see like anything lighting up when I use T. Just a suspicious empty space outline.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest
So we're
of the
missing a
shelf.
square
An
object.
object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
What does F do? Okay, so F is when we imagine it. Okay. I don't see a small chest anywhere. Anything sticking out about the map? I don't think so. I mean, I see a route there, but I don't think it's
Someone
anything
drank
too
from
crazy.
this glass recently. Someone drank from this glass recently.
Well, there's 2 glasses. Why are there 2?
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
I mean, he tried. To rotate it, use this. Okay, open the flap. And there's tobacco inside.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Okay. Rotate and move the elements around. Okay, hold on. I thought I had it for a second. It's like, how do you like lock any of it? Oh, you can move it. Oh, that changes everything. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, how am I gonna get those 2 parts to line up?
Yes, this is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Who would have thought the sailor liked sailor tobacco?
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met
Well, it
his
seems like he
death.
was enjoying a drink with someone, because typically, if you wouldn't pour 2 glasses for yourself, you would just refill your own glass. I think I've already looked at all that.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Okay. Oh, wait.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Probably because he did a lot of, like, physical
Peter
activity.
Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
They do say that most crimes are committed by someone you know, or, like, most murders.
Peter Carey was
So.
impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Okay. We have a notebook.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Anything on the back? No. There's blood.
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime.
Right, because you would have had
but
blood
it was dropped
spatter
into
on
the pool
it,
of
probably.
blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Can I open it?
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
I don't see PC on it for Peter Carey. There's also a knife.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body.
Someone
This
either
wooden
dropped
handle
it
is
or...
plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
He did not. My question is, why do we have...
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Why do we have a wood burn? Why do we have something burning over here? So I gotta figure out what went here. Oh. Find a pair of clues related and they will form a deduction. Red color signifies an unachievable connection, okay? So we have... break-in attempts. What connection? Okay, a leather notebook. So we have the notebook and then the break-in attempts. Draw a clear picture of the crime by forming your deductions from a combination of clues. Track down the guilty party. Task: make an ambush. An ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter
I
Carey's
thought I had looked at
catches.
everything here, but I guess not. Okay, there's something else on the map I'm missing.
Hammerfest. Dundee.
I
It's a
s-
whaling map.
Okay, why did that not... I swear that didn't do anything earlier.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Okay.
The ship's logs
Why does
of
this
the
say
Sea
object of
Unicorn for the
interest?
years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Can I turn this on? Anything? See, we know that object's missing.
The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack.
Okay, so we have... task: inspect the crime scene completed. Okay. So I want to walk out here. I want to go back to these footprints. See, they're too small.
These boots don't match the footprints.
I mean, you should probably not do it by directly touching it, because that might be bad. Okay, so I need to ask... I think I need to talk to her, or kind of come up here and see if maybe I could find a small chest. Can I go in here? No. Can I ask her any questions? Oh, was Peter a smoker?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Did they have chewing tobacco back then? Was that a thing?
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
So we know they're missing. Is there anything we can, like, look at over here, or are we, like, pretty limited to over there? 'Cause I have a feeling we're probably limited to this area over here. It says, for the task, investigate the murder and organize an ambush. So let's talk to the inspector.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
What do I
I
think?
think that we are lucky
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
They're gonna bring the right tools this time.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
We do indeed. Okay, now what? We have a long night ahead
We
of
need to
us.
find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
Oh, speaking of which. Anything? I hear sounds.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Oh, okay. So deduction space icon appears each time you find a new clue. You know what if this... Oh, never mind.
Shh. Did you hear that?
They're on the outside of the building. They could probably hear you. Who are you?
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
Then
I'll
you're
be
gonna
right behind
cuff
you.
him? Arrest him?
Police! Hold it right there.
Okay, organize. Ambush is complete. Let us see. What size shoe do you wear, sir?
Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our net. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Why'd you break in?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hockley Nelligan, but I
The
didn't...
Notebook.
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but I... Yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard.
Scotland Yard?
Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't. I'm not... It's a terrible mistake.
Is it?
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Nice. Okay, so if we open the case book, we have Scotland Yard. I'm assuming that's where we want to go. So. Right? Interrogate suspect and examine Nelligan's belongings. Well, I think this is a good stopping point for right now, so without further ado, I hope you have a good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time of the day it is when you're watching this, and I hope to see y'all next time.